Hello, beautiful. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good anything. I don't know what time it is when you're listening to this, but thank you for coming and hanging out. Today's subject is something about what a lot of men and women struggle with on the daily. And I'm going to start off with asking you, how do you dress for your body when you feel like nothing fits right? Do you go to the giant shirt to cover up your body? Do you wear like the stretchy leggings because you don't want to think about what pants are in your closet that actually fit right? Do you start wearing all dark colors? What is your go-to when you are not feeling good about your body? So, I wanted to actually talk about this subject because I fluctuate in weight just like all of us in different seasons of my life. I find that I fluctuate most when my plate gets really filled with projects at work. It happens when there's a lot of change happening in my home. I have a 2-year old and I have a 6-year old. And, as a mom, you're constantly going through shifts in your schedule. And I love routine. As an entrepreneur, before even being a mom, I was already used to having things just come up here and there. When you're working with a group of people, there's always things that change your day and change your plans. But it's different with kids because now I have it coming from work and then I have it coming at home. So it's a constant battle. And with the weight fluctuation I have had lately, this has been a reminder for me of how I work with my clients. And I always go back to reminding myself and reminding my clients when I work with them that it really has nothing to do with your body. It's the clothing in your closet. It's not about the clothing that is at the stores that designers are making, because there is something out there for every single body type. I'm going to repeat that. There is something out there for every single body type. I listen to clients, and sometimes the first thing they come to me with is that their body is so unique and so different that there is nothing out there for them. That their waist is too small and their hips are too big, their boobs are too small, their arms are too big. Like, I've heard all the things, and I have been able to dress all the different body types because there is something out there for everybody. And especially now that we have the internet and we can shop literally anywhere, there's even more options for us. There's even stores that cater just to petite people. So I want to remind you that in seasons of your life when you are struggling with feeling like nothing fits well and that your body is a problem, your body was perfectly made to carry you day to day. And the clothing that you're wearing could be what is affecting how you're feeling about your body. If you are sitting down at the computer, for example, me right now, I'm in a dress because it just feels so comfortable. If you're on YouTube, you can see me on YouTube in my comfy little dress. I'm not even done getting ready for the day, but I feel good in this. I can move in it. It's colorful. It's comfortable. It fits my body where I'm at today. And I can sit on the computer here, record a podcast, answer my emails, and work with clients today in this comfortable outfit. But if I were wearing jeans that were one size too small because I don't want to get rid of them, that would be a different story. I would be sitting here talking to you or on the Zoom call with a client, so uncomfortable, I'd probably have to unbutton my pants, and I would be reminded that my body has changed. So when you're wearing clothing that doesn't fit you correctly, it's a constant reminder throughout the day when you're fidgeting with it, when you're feeling the pressure or you're feeling like it's too loose and you're trying to figure out what to do with that shirt. Those are reminders throughout the day about your body without you even looking in the mirror. So I think that today's topic is going to be for you if you are going through a season where you are ready to refresh your wardrobe. You know you want something new, but you feel like your body is holding you back from maybe investing in yourself because you feel like you gotta lose the 5 pounds before you work with the stylist, or lose the 5 pounds before you go shopping again. Or maybe you are at that place where you're like, okay, I know that I'm going to, and I'm not saying, by the way, that you're not going to lose the weight, because I do have clients that do lose weight. This isn't about that, but sometimes you get so in your head and wrap around like that you're going to lose this weight and it doesn't happen. And then you dive into a deeper spiral of not wanting to do anything good for yourself and blaming yourself and feeling guilt. So please, please, please don't do that. In today's podcast, we're going to talk about how to feel good in what you wear, how to find clothing that fits your body, and how to think less about your body throughout the day so you can be more present with yourself and do the things that you need to do throughout the day to feel good. All of our bodies were created differently. So the most important thing you can do is dress for yourself in a way that really feels good and that feels comfortable and stylish, so you aren't constantly thinking about it. Let me share a story about a client I worked with, just to share just the different ways that we perceive our body and the ways that other people perceive our body. And it really is less about how others perceive how we look, but it just goes to show that we all have different issues with our body, and there is no perfect body type. So please don't ever say that when you look at somebody who is very thin or has big boobs or has a small waist. Never look at anybody and judge them and think that because of a certain part of their body that they have that you want, that it's easier for them, because that part that you want from their body might be a struggle for them. And this is a great example. I remember working with a client who had, like, you know, those Michelle Obama strong, beautiful arms where she could wear no sleeves, and you're like, oh, that looks great. And this client had those beautiful arms, those arms that, you know, that show strength. You could tell that she was doing her push-ups, but her big insecurity was her arms. She was very fit, but her arms were an insecurity for her because they felt very masculine, she said. And when we were shopping together, I had to be very intentional by pulling pieces that were short sleeve or some kind of flutter sleeve, or if it was a sleeveless shirt that she really liked, putting a cool blazer with it, because showing her arms made her feel very insecure. Everybody has such a personal thing that they need when they're shopping, or things that they need for their body that make them feel good. And so I really like to remind people that there isn't really a cookie cutter way of dressing your body. And I know there's books out there, and I even have my own guides about dressing your body type. And that's exactly what it is. It is a guide to guide you along the way, but there are little things here and there that you will personally find that you like more about your body and want to show off, and that is totally fine. So in step 1 of how do you dress your body so that you feel good in it, we have to start with accepting our bodies. And accepting your body and looking at yourself in the mirror is a constant lifetime journey that you go through, because through every season, every point in your life, your body is going to change. Your body is going to change, and your mindset about how you see it and how you feel about it will change as well. But accepting your body doesn't mean you have to love all the parts, but it's being able to look at yourself and accept, you know what? Today I look bloated, so I'm going to wear a pair of pants that make me feel really good today. I'm not going to wear the tight jeans. I'm going to wear the trouser pant with elastic waistband in the back, because they make me feel so good, and I look like a powerful businesswoman in those pants. By the way, that's what I do. Or it's like looking at your arms and accepting, like, you know what? I did go up a size, and I need to get shirts that fit my arms well now. I'm not going to struggle and think about how the other shirts used to fit so well. I'm actually going to buy something that fits me and that feels good, so that I can move around in it, and I'm not thinking about how my body changed and I'm a size bigger. So accepting your body is looking at where you're at and being able to look at yourself, see your body for what it is without judgment. I want you to love on your body. Love on your body as much as you can. Love on the parts of your body that you feel really good with. And in moments where you start feeling negative about yourself, focus on the parts that do bring you joy, that when you look at, you're like, you know what? I love my cheekbones today. My cheekbones are like, that's the thing that's making me feel good today. Let me focus on that, and let me focus less and think less about the parts of my body that are there, and I have to see and dress. And when I dress it well, I'm going to feel so much better. Number 2, the thing that you can do is find out what doesn't fit your body anymore. As important as it is to know what does fit your body, you need to know what doesn't fit it anymore so you can stop wearing those pieces. You need to go in your closet. That's the first place that you're going to start to figure this out. You're going to go into your closet and take out pieces that don't fit well. And if you are someone that really, because I do have clients that really do fluctuate in weight, like 5 to 10 pounds, and it makes a difference in their pants or their shirts on how tight they are, make a separate section in your closet, or put it away in a drawer, or put it away in a bin. Don't have it in a place that you're going to constantly see it, because you don't need to be reminded that those clothing pieces just don't fit you. So I want you to go into your closet, find out what doesn't fit, but not just find out what doesn't fit and take it out. I want you to find out what doesn't fit and then take notes of it so that you know not to wear those pieces again, not to pick that up again at the store. And the way to keep track of this, I actually created something called the Style Tracker. It's a resource that you can print out, and you can take notes on tops, bottoms, even jewelry and things of what you like and don't like, what fits you and doesn't fit you. And it's going to be your custom guide of what your personal style is. So just like your body changes throughout life, your style is going to change with you. And being able to have a place that you can record what works for you and what doesn't is going to make shopping easier every single time, so you don't get stuck in a cycle. If you want to purchase this, you can go to myclosetedit.com, and you will see in my online shop, I've got the Style Tracker for you. I use this with my clients too, because I need to keep track of every single person I work with. And the most important thing about being a personal shopper is being a good listener and understanding my clients' needs. And that means taking notes on little things I notice about them that they talk about, how they talk about it with their clothing or their body. So I make sure that everything I find fits them really well and they feel good, they feel confident in it. So the Style Tracker is on my website at myclosetedit.com. If you really want it right now, you can totally pause this podcast and you can go down into my show notes. There's a link there, so you could just click it. It will take you directly to the Style Tracker to purchase it. But if not, and you want to finish this podcast because you're totally into it, that's okay too. Don't forget that you can go into the show notes for anything I share with links. You can always go to the show notes and get it afterwards, so you don't have to search for it. So just a friendly reminder. And if you don't get the Style Tracker, totally fine. Have a notebook or a special piece of paper or something that you can keep your ideas organized of what works for you and what doesn't. And I highly, highly recommend to not only do this when you go through your closet and take things out, but also when you're shopping online or you go into a store and shop. Take your little paper, take your Style Tracker, or take a piece of paper and take notes of the things that you try, whether it's brands, colors, prints, anything that you find out, because that's going to be your personal style guide. And finding out what doesn't fit your body is going to help you find pieces that fit it really well. And that leads into number 3. I want you to try something new. I don't want you to go to what you knew worked for you 5 years ago and that you've been doing for 5 years, because that's kind of like, I want to say, your uniform in a sense. I want you to go and try something new, something that you feel like would really make you happy, whether it's a color or a certain style. Try it on before you judge whether or not it works for you or it doesn't. It might surprise you. So for me, I am somebody who I love color, I love print, but I also like pieces that make me feel sexy. And for a while in my style, it was hard for me to find a really fitted rib top that worked for me because I'm very small chested. And the rib tops that I was trying on, I knew I could pull it off, but I just hadn't tried the right one on. Some of the fabrics were too thin, but now because rib tops are really in, there are a ton of options. So I went into Aritzia the other day and we were filming new content for Instagram, and I tried on this beautiful ribbed fitted top. It's like a golden brown, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I walked out of the fitting room and I totally felt like J-Lo. I had these white flowy pants, which I bought in the pink instead. But it's moments like that where when you try something new that you know that maybe you would like, and you try it on and you surprise yourself. You're like, oh, actually this works perfect and I feel awesome. So of course I ended up buying it. And it just reminds me, even as a personal stylist, to just continue trying something new. I do this with my clients too. Sometimes when I'm in their closet, I have this idea, I have this vision. Like I go into someone's closet, I see what they're doing, because going into your closet is like the most important part. So you know like where you're at and what level is like the next level to take you. And I see this vision for my clients. I'm like, oh my gosh, if they like these things or they liked this in the past, I could put them in this and change it up. So go try something new. And the way to do that is you could do it online. If you don't like going into a store, totally fine. Do online shopping, but know that you have to purchase quite a few things. Try something that's different. So let me give you more examples. So for me, it was like that fitted top, and I kind of knew. But let's say that you wore like these crew neck cardigans all the time. Well, what can you wear instead of a crew neck cardigan? If you look in your closet and you're like, I know I get cold easily, so I need something to wear over my t-shirts or my tops. What else can I try outside of this? So when you go online to shop or you go into the store, what I want you to do is notice that you don't want the crew neck cardigan anymore because it doesn't feel good anymore. It doesn't fit your body right. It's like too tight in the arms. It's too short. Doesn't go with anything anymore. So look for pieces to layer with that are not a crew neck cardigan. I know that sounds more simple than it is, but I promise you that once you become aware of when you're shopping online or in the store and you want to grab that thing and you're like, oh, no, I know I don't want to wear that anymore, so now I need to go find something else. Find 3 new layering pieces that you can try. And it doesn't have to be a cardigan. It could be, but it could be maybe a lightweight blazer. Maybe it could be a bomber jacket. Maybe it could be a shacket. I know it's a word. It is a word. A shacket is like slightly thicker material to a button-down shirt, and it looks like a jacket, and you could roll it up. Very cool piece. So shacket is a thing. So find something different. Find something that you maybe would have never picked up. And you will know this in the fitting room instantly when you feel good about something that you're wearing. You'll just know you feel good in it. You don't have to question it too much. Like yesterday, I went shopping with this client. First time of us shopping together. He's about to turn 30. He's looking for love. And we tried on different colored shirts, different printed shirts. And when he walked out of the fitting room, his head was held up high and he had this biggest smile on his face. He was so excited. And at the end of the night, he wrote to me about how wonderful that experience was. So you will know when something fits you and it doesn't fit you. And if you need some guidance, if something is too tight and you're fidgeting with it, don't make it work. Don't ever try to make something work for you. So if you're trying to make something work for you, it means it doesn't fit you right. Oh my gosh, so much goodness. I could talk about this forever because there is a lot that goes into this. I want to let you know that if you want to learn how to go through the process, the journey of really finding what your style is, you can go to myclosetedit.com/refresh. And I only release this online program 2 times a year. I do it in spring and I do it in fall. So if you're listening to this, it's 2022. It is, what month are we? Oh my gosh, I had to think about it. It's June 2022. And the next time it's going to be released is in September. You can go to myclosetedit.com/refresh to get on the wait list for Style Refresh, and it really guides you from beginning to end of finding what your style is. But in the meantime, like I said, if you need help keeping track of what works for you and what doesn't, and you're just ready to get started on your journey of trying to find your style, get started with the style tracker, and you can get that from the link below. I will also put the link to the Style Refresh as well, because I think you're gonna love it. Every time that I put it out, I put in new content. I constantly update it and make it better. So definitely get on the wait list for that. This is such a great topic, and there might be people in your life that you know, maybe friends, maybe your mom, maybe your sister, maybe even your boyfriend, that talking about your body and knowing what feels good is a subject that you want to bring up and you haven't known how. I always suggest sharing a podcast or sharing a chapter from a book is such a great way of starting a conversation with someone and having them listen to it and asking, what did you think about this? Or even just sharing it with them and saying, you know what, I've been struggling with this, and this chapter from this book or this quote or this podcast was really helpful. So if this is something that you want to share with other people and it's a message that you want to talk about, definitely share this episode. I would really appreciate it. And if it got to your heart, go to the podcast reviewing section, give me a 5-star review. I want to know what was really helpful from this, because it's so nice to be able to reach more people through the podcast and help others. I love hearing your stories. I love hearing how you were able to resonate with something in the podcast, or even what you really enjoy about it. So please subscribe, review. I would love, love, love to hear from you. And if you want to dive in more and talk to me, you can always go to hello@myclosetedit.com. Send me a message at hello@myclosetedit.com, and we could talk about other things on this podcast. You can give me an idea of what you want to learn more about. Thank you for spending time with me today. I am here to help you continue your style journey. So build a style and wardrobe that truly reflects you. And I will see you next time.